So welcome. I am super excited and profoundly honored to be here with you today. My name is Dagmar and I help successful women heal from sexual pain and sexual trauma so they can reclaim the temple of their body, skyrocket their mental confidence, and reclaim their orgasmic nature. And I want to come on today and do this live to help you understand the real cost of not having healthy boundaries, not having impeccable boundaries. And before I even dive into this exact piece around the cost and the price you might be paying for not having boundaries in place, I want to start, hi Veggie, hi gorgeous. I want to start by actually helping you understand what boundaries are in a first place. Now, when it comes to boundaries, pretty much every single woman on this planet struggles with boundaries because she has been told and conditioned, maybe traumatized, maybe abused, maybe exploited. She has embodied certain wounds or conditioning that are literally making boundaries very, very challenging for her. Now, in her best attempt to make situation better, to start shifting some of these dynamics, what often happens for women is they go into the space of just overprotection, when instead of creating healthy boundaries that I'm going to help you understand very shortly, they actually go into like hyper response in the nervous system that is actually preventing them from receiving goodness and pleasure and safety and health and growth that allows them to truly live their best lives. Hi Lily, hi gorgeous, hi Breda, lovely to have you here with me today. So what is at the core of boundaries? At the core of boundaries is really you feeling safe and protected. When you have healthy boundaries, you literally feel safe in your body, you feel safe who you are, you feel safe as woman, and you have a deep sense of internal protection. So what I truly believe is that so much of our anxiety epidemics that so many women are dealing with nowadays actually boils down on a psycho-emotional level and energetic level to this pure inability or lifetime of struggle or some form of trauma that is preventing you from really claiming that healthy sense of yes and no. This is what boundaries are, a healthy sense of yes and no, which means it's not non-existent, and it doesn't mean that it's like a wall of protection either. It's like this semi-permeable net where healthy things can come into your body, healthy things can come into your life, so you can continue to grow and evolve, and the bad things can be removed. The bad things can go out of your system. So when a woman has a healthy boundary, she's really inviting goodness and pleasure and evolution into her life, and she has like a really grounded sense of no, where she's able to protect herself and really protect the temple of her body. And what is really the temple of your body? The temple of your body is, of course, your whole body, but mainly your pelvis, mainly your reproductive system. This is where you have all of your vital organs. This is where you have all of your vital organs of reproduction that are literally meant to keep on evolution of species and ensure that our humanity stays alive. So not surprisingly, boundaries are about safety, and the physiology of your boundaries is actually the pelvis, is actually the pelvic floor, the vagina, the cervix, the womb. You have your two beautiful ovaries in here, the bladder, the rectum, your entire pelvic basin. So as a woman, as a specialist on healing sexual trauma, as someone who works with women around sexual pain every single day, the piece that I see all the time, where the woman comes to me with organ prolapse, where the woman comes to me with pain in her vagina, whether a woman comes to me with inability to orgasm, whether I have a client who comes to me with like endometriosis or chronic pelvic pain. There are a lot of things that need to be addressed, but at that energetic and psycho-emotional level, it always boils down to boundaries. It always boils down to boundaries. So in healthy system, in healthy body, when you have a deep sense of yes for healthy things to come in, including penetration with a man that you feel emotionally connected with, and a deep sense of no, in a case of sexual trauma, if you have been sexually traumatized, obviously you were not able to say no, you were not able to protect your sexuality. And this is where more often than not, women really struggle with boundaries in that physiological way, in a felt sense way, in an embodied way. And big part of healing, and this is what I do with my clients inside of Flourish Academy, this is what I do with my clients in my one-on-one mentoring, is really recreating embodied sense of no, so you are able to push off an attacker or abuser and literally protect your vital organs. So with all of that being said, what happens when you get wounded around your boundaries? And what is wound of boundaries, what is wound of sovereignty, is plain down exploitation. So if you have been exploited, which means if you have been stolen from, if you have been used, if you have been capitalized, if you have been taken advantage of, if you have been exposed at cost to you, if you have been extracted, if you have been sexually traumatized, you have been violated at the boundary level. And when that takes place in your body, what happens is your nervous system goes into one of two responses. Your nervous system either goes in a collapse, which looks like a flimsy boundaries, and flimsy boundaries is the perfect notion of a nice girl or a people pleaser syndrome, which you are literally giving away to your partner, to your kids, to your family, to your colleagues, to people around you, giving far away more than what is sustainable for your health. Now, when you look at how vast majority of women are exhausted nowadays to the level of their bone, they are stressed, they are tired, they are fatigued, they are exhausted, what does it boil down to? Constant giving, constant energy crisis, giving far more away than their system is actually able to handle. The system is actually able to take on. I believe that so much of our exhaustion epidemics can be healed when women actually reclaim their healthy boundaries, when they actually reclaim their healthy yes and no. Now, the flimsy boundaries can also look like not having walls, not having feeling, being defenseless, just letting others literally keep exploiting you or keep extracting from your fertile soil, from your environment. Now, a lot of sexual health challenges, including vulvodynia, including chronic pelvic pain, including endometriosis, can be vastly improved when you claim your healthy boundaries, when you re-regulate your nervous system back to health, to a place of this semi-permeable space where once again the healthy things can come into your body and the unhealthy things or maybe even harmful things can be far away from you. Now, the opposite thing can happen if you have been exploited. The opposite thing that can happen is you can go into impenetrable boundaries. And the impenetrable boundaries are literally having like these walls of protection. You're literally like walling off any harm. So this is where a lot of pelvic tension comes in. This is where a lot of difficulty with intercourse. Maybe you have a lot of closure around the vaginal opening, chronic tension. This is where vaginismus comes in. This is where chronic back pain comes in. And it really boils down to this. It boils down to the impenetrable boundaries. This also, the impenetrable boundaries can be like a hyper readiness to fight, hyper readiness to attack, hyper readiness to like literally guard yourself and keep yourself safe. And either of these responses, I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna make your life really difficult. They're gonna make your life really, really challenging. You can have like 360-degree different experience in your life, bodily, emotionally, energetically, when you actually heal the core of the issue, and that boils down to boundaries. When you reclaim your boundaries, when you re-regulate your nervous system, and of course that means your subconscious, to a place of this semi-permeable space. So good things can come in and bad things can come out. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel good inside of your body. And instead of being exhausted wreck, you are actually going to start reclaiming your life force. You're going to start reclaiming your energy. You're going to start reclaiming your health. So what I'm inviting you today is my special, hi Caroline, hi gorgeous, and Kyla is here with me, welcome. So what I'm inviting today is my special free masterclass, which is called Embodied Boundaries, the 3 secret strategies for mastering the give and take of your money, love, lust, energy, and resources. This masterclass is happening inside of my private Facebook group called Sexy Confidence on this Saturday. So in 2 days time, this Saturday, the 1st of February at 9 p.m. UK time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern. And when you step into this masterclass, we are going to dive into this topic way deeper. So on the masterclass, you're going to learn in way more depth why boundaries and healing your boundaries is absolutely essential for your health and for your well-being. We're going to break down the embodiment of the yes and no, and I'm actually going to guide you through an exponential practice that will allow you to attune to, in a body way, an energetic way, to your deep sense of yes and no, and literally give you a blueprint, literally give you a foundation for healing and foundation for reclaiming your life force. So if this is something you want to step into, drop me an emoji in the comments below. If you're not already in my private Facebook group, we're going to make sure that you are part of that and you're able to watch the masterclass, which once again is happening this Saturday, the 1st of February at 9 p.m. UK time or 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, if the time doesn't work for you, fear not. Once you're in the group, once you're in my Sexy Confidence group, you'll be able to watch the replay of this masterclass, whether that's on Sunday morning or Sunday evening or Monday or Tuesday next week, and really understand what does it take to heal your boundaries from inside out. Now, doing this work has absolutely changed my life. I have been a woman who has suffered for 10 years with infertility, 10 years of beating myself up and hating on myself, and really like being in a space like, what the hell is going on with my body? Like, why am I so broken? Why I cannot be mother? What is going on with my pelvis that no matter what I do, I'm just not able to crack the code? And I'm not gonna lie, I've done a lot of different pieces to help me step into motherhood. But literally, when I learned how to shift from the space of overgiving and running myself to the ground and dealing with so much guilt, if I don't do so and don't please and take care of everyone around me, it has really started to reclaim my life force, and this life force actually began to rejuvenate my womb and my ovaries and gave me this foundational ground for conception, pregnancy, motherhood. And now, as you might know, if you don't know, now you will know, I have a 2-year-old son, Rumi, and he is the light of my days. So healing your boundaries like fosters such a change and shift and transformation in your life. And this is what I want to share with you. This is what I want to guide you into. This is what I want to empower you and really show you way out of suffering, pain, and misery into a place of health, safety, pleasure, and aliveness. So if you have a sister or a friend or colleague that needs to hear this message, that needs to be part of this masterclass, feel free to share this video, feel free to tag them in this video, feel free to tell them about this masterclass, so together as a woman we can heal and rise and reclaim our sense of profound and embodied sovereignty. So super excited to dive into the masterclass with you. You are amazing and you deserve to feel deeply, deeply safe in your body.